All right, so today we're going to talk about exercise. Now, when we get started, you're talking about an exercise type of thing to lose 15 pounds in 30 days. Now, when we get into exercise, yo, Doc, you know, like I know, everybody, you got yoga, you got cardio, you got cycling, you got all of these type of workouts, and all of them are good on some level.
Right.
But we're talking about massive change, transformation, right?
Yeah.
Massive transformation. I know, and you created a way of training.
Yes, I created a way of life. I created a way of training. I created a way of all.
Where did I actually read it at? When I first said you created this?
Yeah, it was something that I had written down a long time ago, and it was just, a long time ago I read something that said, "When you think it, ink it." So, when you think it, ink it.
I love it.
Man, I'll be dropping too many gems on it, man, but it's all good. When you think it, ink it. So, I've got this, this thought that came in my mind, and I wrote it down on paper, and then I started
explain it to him, because so you base all of our workouts and why people are losing so much weight based on this theory.
I actually coined my own terminology, call it my own stuff. It's called the FAST workout. It's an acronym for Functional Athletic Strength Training. All right, functional athletic strength training. All right, so just to keep it simple and plain, functional exercises are exercises that mimic everyday activity. Okay, athletic exercises are exercises that are going to give us, we're going to produce speed, we're going to produce power that is going to tap into different muscle fibers, right? So, for power, you're tapping into like white fast twitch muscle fibers. Strength training, you're going to tap into red fast twitch muscle fibers. And, just like when you do endurance stuff, which are cardio based and things like that, you're using red slow twitch muscle fibers. So I'm saying all that to say, when you involve more motor units, you involve more muscle fibers. When you involve more muscle fibers, you get more muscle growth. So just in simple and plain, you can't just do standard small stuff. So that's why we start our week off with the largest muscle group that might have thousands of muscle fibers in it, which is legs.
So give us examples of the different things they have to do to combine in their workouts.
Okay, so we might do a functional version of a clean and press. We do movements so if you're bending down and you're picking something up, that is a functional movement. It's also Olympic movement, but when you do a variation version of it, it becomes functional, because now I can take somebody and say, hey, this is how you grab something from underneath of the sink and you put it up on top of.
Oh, wow.
All right,
that's
so
good. That's good stuff.
Pick up something here, and then you're going to put it up top on the shelf up there. So it mimics everyday movement. So now your body becomes more efficient in moving in this pattern.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So let me tell you what this fast training does. Number one, it increases your metabolism.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of people's metabolism is broken.
Yes.
But this type of training increases your metabolism up to 40 to 50%.
Yeah.
The second thing it does is burn fat. Okay, doing these type of workouts, it uses fat for fuel.
Yes.
And the last thing it does is sculpt your body.
Yes.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down how the workouts actually work.
Yeah.
Okay, and you created. If we got 4 points, we created an acronym for FDIC.
Yeah.
I'll say that again, FDIC. So let's go ahead and break down each one what FDIC means, and so how people can incorporate it into their type of training. All right, let's rock with it.
Right.
The F.
The F stands for frequency.
Okay.
All right. Some of you simply aren't training enough times in a week to reach your goal. Right? To transform their body, they need to be training on most days of the week.
Right.
That means most days of the week is going to be 5, 6, or 7. You got to get it in 5, 6, or 7 days out of the week. If you're not willing to pay the price of 5, 6, or 7 days in a week, then you might as well forget it. So the D stands for duration. Some of you are in the gym too long because you're not doing the right stuff. Some of you are not in the gym long enough to make it happen. So, if you can hit your workout, your 30-minute workout or so, we would like you to do your 30-minute workout and then immediately go to the treadmill and, get some regular work. Go to the stepper, get some regular work, go to the elliptical, get some regular traditional cardio. That's going to help you out tremendously, because your body's going to already be in fat burning mode, and you'll continue to burn fat.
All right. The FDIC, the I stands for what?
Intensity.
Intensity.
The I stands for intensity. Some of us just aren't going hard enough. Now listen, here's what I want to tell you. Like, I'm a guy who people say in the gym, yo, he go hard, yo, he does this thing, he's on 100. But I realized when I was trying to lose 15 pounds in 18 days that I wasn't going hard enough. So I had to take 100 and I had to turn it up to 120. And I realized that the intensity that I was going at wasn't going to cut it for 15 pounds in 18 days.
How can a person increase their intensity? They're in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, how can they increase their intensity? Because intensity is one of those intangible things.
Right. So
how can they increase their
intensity?
intensity?
Cardio, intensity is easy. Like all you're going to do is you're going to do some type of intervals or fartlek training. All right, interval training is something where you'll run for 1 minute, you'll walk for 1 minute. Where usually you were just on there just walking. So now you just run for 1 minute, you walk for 1 minute. Fartlek training is when, let's say, you go all out, you sprint all out for a minute or something like that, and then you only rest for the amount of time it takes you to catch your breath. So if there's no set amount of time for you to rest, you go again when you're ready, and you go all out.
So let's say I'm doing strength training. Okay, you just told me I could increase the intensity cardio-wise.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm doing strength training. How can I increase the intensity?
So, all right. So what we did during this time right here, we only had 2 strength training days. We only had we had an upper body day where we did a push and a pull. So with the intensity, with the push and pull, we combined them together. Where we used more muscle groups. So instead of resting after our push and sit around like you guys used to do in the gym, you do your set and then you sit there and you wait. Your man do his set, then he grab his phone because his chest ain't fully recovered yet. Well, we going and taking the blood out of the chest and we're putting it in the back and we're doing something called antagonistic training. All right, so we use opposite muscle groups. Now, at that time, there's no blood in my back. You know, my back is fresh, but my chest needs to rest. So that's called active recovery. You're going over there to do something while one part is resting, and then you're going right back to your chest after that. It's just about a push and a pull. Any pushing movement, any pulling movement. So a pulling movement could be a curl. A pulling movement could be a row. A pulling movement could be anything that you actually pull, towards you. Okay, so that's a pulling movement. We also increase the intensity by doing what we call metabolic conditioning. So that stuff is a lot of it is like fast nature. Some of it's using large muscle groups. Might be some strength training thrown in the middle of that. But we're doing slams, we're doing box jumps, we're doing burpees, we're doing jump ropes, we're doing things like the bike, we're doing stuff like that that's keeping our heart rate up and keeping going. So the intensity is crazy, and we do that a number of different ways.
All right, and the last one is C in the FDIC, and the C stands for?
C stands for the correct type of training. So the way we did our program, it was strength training, large muscle groups. It was metabolic conditioning, boom, and then it was upper body day, which kind of gave our central nervous system a little bit of rest.
Gotcha.
Because we're going moderate weights and doing combining the push and the pull. Then we came back with metabolic conditioning again on the next day, and then we came back and did some auxiliary muscles and things like that. But we threw in some jump ropes and some core and things like that. We threw that stuff in there. And then we came back on Saturday and Sunday for myself and did traditional cardio.
That's what I did.
And
I did 6 days a week, FDIC. That fast training, man, it's really good because most people don't think about functional. And most people who are like over 40, they ain't thinking about athletic. They're like, I ain't athletic. I just saw a girl today jump on a 24-inch box who couldn't even jump on a box.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just a few months ago. It's amazing, man. Shout out to you, bro. I love what you're doing. That's why I'm a part of it. All right, we appreciate you guys joining us, and y'all have a great week. All right, you got any questions? Hit us up. We out.